everybody, it's Bunny and today we are on another wig dyeing adventure. This is a video that I have been planning on doing for a very long time, that I have been very excited to do for a very long time, and this is 100% inspired from another YouTuber that I absolutely love to watch, and her name is Pretty Pastel Please. So I saw her do this video last September. She tested out 16 different pink hair dyes, and I thought that that idea was just so fun and cool that I really wanted to test it for myself. But for a long time I have dreamed about having blue hair, but like not of course like my hair, but like hair, like wig, like a blue wig, so that I could have blue hair occasionally. So I thought, hey, let's mash these two ideas together. Let's create a blue wig, but let's like create one made of many different types of blue hair dye. So that's what I did. I hit up Amazon and I ordered 20 different types of blue hair dye. Most of these dyes are within drugstore pricing. A couple of them are like higher end, more expensive hair dyes. We're gonna be dyeing this wig today, and I think that the length is supposed to be 16 inches. Now I get this same wig every single time I want to dye a wig on Amazon, and I've gotten it in shorter lengths, but I think like 16 inches is the longest that I've ever gotten. And each time I order one of these wigs, they are like a little bit different. This is what the wig looks like just fresh out of the package. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a nice little brush through. And I had a stupid idea this time. Once again, every single time I get one of these wigs, it's always different. And some of them are a little bit more brassy, a little bit more yellow toned. They're always like bleach blonde enough that you can easily dye them whatever color you want. But some of them are more like pure platinum bleachy blonde, and some of them are a little bit more yellow. So I got the brilliant idea this time that I was gonna go ahead and like pre-shampoo it with purple brightening shampoo. And oh, if you order this wig, do not make this same mistake, because I think that this wig is so bleached, it's so blonde, that when I put the purple shampoo on the wig and the bang piece that I'm also dyeing, it turned them purple. Like it stained them. It was a very, very long process of me looking up YouTube videos on like what happens if you overtone your hair, I think is the correct term. That set me back an entire day. I've never had these purple shampoos like stain my hair. I use purple shampoos all the time and I've never had this experience before, but oh! So here is a side-by-side of the wig like before I did all this like purple shampooing and then after, and you guys are gonna have to let me know, can you tell like the literal slightest difference, or could I have just saved myself 5 hours of work? I don't think I'm ever gonna do that again, you guys. Usually I just pull it out of the package and get straight to dyeing, but I thought, hey, let's just do things properly this time. But I don't, never again. Unless you're dyeing it purple anyway, and then go right ahead. Speaking of doing this at home, I don't know if I would recommend, just don't, probably just don't. This whole thing, like I've made a list of each dye, how much it cost, the attributes of each, and the Amazon star rating. And I just have to say, if you guys like the look of any of these dyes, just do a little bit of research. And I don't even know how you could do your research, because I'm just gonna be honest, most of these products have like 4.5 out of a 5-star Amazon rating, but then you will go to the reviews and the reviews will be so mixed. Like you will have people like raving about how wonderful a particular hair dye is, and then the literal next review will say like, it made my hair fall out, it caused my scalp to feel numb. So yeah, I know that like Pretty Pastel Please did put a whole disclaimer of like, don't try this at home, and I already know what the results are as I'm filming this part, and I'm not gonna lie, They look pretty cool, but definitely like on a wig, I can definitely tell that some of the dyes did seem to leave the hair like a little bit more crispy, crunchy, and some sections of the hair do seem like really nice and conditioned. But let's just roll the dye application footage. Before we get started, let's give a quick thank you and a quick shout out to today's video sponsor, which is Verb Energy. If you're anything like me, the month of January, you just feel drained. You might feel like you have a serious energy slump. So that's why it's just great to have a perfect on-the-go energy bar that is delicious like Verb Energy. Verb Energy bars are infused with organic green tea. That means you can get an amazing boost of energy without the crash later. Each bar only has 90 calories and as much caffeine in it as an espresso. You can just substitute one of these little guys if you don't want to just drink a bunch of cups of coffee all day. Honestly, I've had to cut back a little bit on the coffee lately, especially in the mornings because it was giving me heartburn. So this is a great substitute for me as part of my morning routine to help me like get up and get energized for the day. They're nice and compact. They're easy to just grab and go. And you also have the convenience of them being delivered straight to your door. They also have 6 amazing flavors like maple, blueberry, vanilla latte, salted peanut butter, simply cocoa, lemon raspberry, and coconut chai. My 2 favorites personally are the salted peanut butter. This one is so delicious, especially if you are a peanut butter lover like yours truly. And I also love the vanilla chai. If you would like to try Verb for yourself, they have a really amazing offer going on right now. It is a risk-free trial for only 95 cents. You get to try their top 4 flavors and you're only paying for shipping. Be sure and check it out. You guys are gonna love their bars. Thank you so much to Verb Energy Bars for sponsoring today's video. And now, back to the hair dyeing. It's finally time to start the dyeing process. I tried to section the wig out into 20 different equal-sized sections. And then I have 2 extension pieces and I sectioned each of those off into 2 sections. I have the bang piece and I sectioned that into 5 different sections. So up first, I'm going to test one of the weirdest looking dyes that I have. It's called Eero. That's the brand. I don't know if I'm saying it right. This one was $11.95. It gets a 4.2 out of 5-star rating. I honestly bought it because it reminded me of a juice, like a Go-Gurt. Also, this one seems like it's gonna be really cool because it does mention that it's UV light reactive. Ooh. Wow, that looks like blue poo. Oh my God. I am starting this off a little bit rough. Trying to, of course, make sure that I thoroughly separate and evenly coat the strands with dye. This one doesn't smell too stinky. A smell is beginning to form now, and I don't know how much I should be just sniffing hair dye. It looks like some of the parts of this hair, it's like turning out a more like baby blue, and in some parts it's like super dark like royal blue. Since I fancy myself a professional today, I'm gonna just temporarily try and put the end here in a foil. I'm making a mess. Once you open a dye, you can't really like save it. So I feel like I put on way too much, but at the same time, what the hell? The next front section that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the insert name here, Care Bear dye. I'm so excited for this one. You guys know that I love that brand. So today we're gonna be testing out the Grumpy Bear hair dye, which is of course the blue shade. And this is the most expensive dye that we're testing out today. This one was $18, but look at that. This kind of has like a lemon citrus sort of scent. It does look like we're gonna have a little subtle difference here, but both of these front sections are definitely like really bright blue. It is so weird. Each of these sections, it's like the different strands of hair in there are picking up the colors differently. It's so weird how some dyes almost look like sudsy. Up next is the Ion Color Brilliance Bright. I'm also very excited for this one because it's called Shark Blue. So this one was, I swear I paid $10 for it, but now it says it's $11.99. Ooh, that looks so cool. It is like really metallic. What? That looks so awesome. It really does look like almost like fish scales. Unreal. Does look like it's painting the hair really uniformly. I don't know if you are maybe supposed to mix this with something and not like directly deposit it onto the hair. Maybe one of the deepest shades we're going to be using today, which is Kiss Express in the shade Midnight Blue. Once again, it's coming at a nice low price of $7. It gets a very high rating on Amazon, 4.4 out of 5 stars. And I'm gonna be honest, I had no idea that Kiss made hair dye. When I think of Kiss, I always think of like fake nails and eyelashes, eyelash glue, stuff like that, but never hair dye. Now I'm honestly also a little nervous by how thin that sounds, but hey, let's see here. Ooh, that looks like it reminds me of squid ink pasta. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is like so thin. This literally reminds me of this kid I knew once, and he loved to chew on pins. Anybody know a kid like that in school that loved to chew on pins, and then one day it went terribly wrong? It literally looks like blue ballpoint pen ink. How much is this gonna fade when I wash it? It seems like I'm not really having to use that much to get this nice, like deep, rich coverage. I just hope I don't end up with like any bald patches. But this is also like really the kind of thing you don't want bleeding onto the other colors since it is so much deeper. It almost looks like it's like kind of purple blue now that it's like sitting on the hair. I'm very interested in this one. So this is the Lime Crime Unicorn Hair, and this is the shade Mystic. This one was the second most expensive dye that we tested today. It's $16. It got a really high rating on Amazon, 4.6 out of 5 stars. That looks quite beautiful. Almost similar to the first one we used, maybe a little bit brighter. Hopefully you guys can see. Do you see what I mean? It's like dark blue in some spots and lighter blue in others. Even after I work it through for a while. I don't know, just because if it's like wig hair. I'm trying to decide which one to do next. I guess I'll go with this one. This dye is Wella Color Charm. $7.25. Ooh, it looks like it's gonna be another like super metallic. Kind of another like ballpoint pen. Inky blue. This one also does seem easy to cover. Now maybe it is just because it's a darker color. Yeah, look at that. Okay, next I am gonna mix one of the 3 box dyes together. So this is Clairol Color Crave in the shade Indigo. It was $7.60. It only gets a 3.8 out of 5 star rating on Amazon. Little charts on the back that kind of shows you like what you can expect. So we should get the like, you know, super bright blue look. Ooh, wow, this is like one of the fanciest box dye kits I've ever gotten. We actually have a little application brush in here. It looks like some gloves. Maybe I don't actually have to mix anything. Maybe it's just, wow. I almost dropped it. That's actually the only reason why this one is in a box, because it is a little kit. So we have the brush, 2 sets of gloves, so 4 gloves in total, and then the actual dye bottle here. Ooh, it's another like super metallic look. My dirty dye filled glove. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so this one seems to not be spreading through the hair as easily at first. These metallic ones, I think that they seem to be like that. It's like they're a lot thicker of a dye, so they're not as easy to like spread through the hair. I feel like it just takes a lot of dye. Yeah, see, that's a lot easier. Once again, I've made a big giant mess, and so I'm gonna use the blue shade that I think is gonna be the deepest. It gets 4.2 out of 5 stars. I think that that's just the rating that like all Arctic Fox hair dyes get. I'm not sure if like this actual shade of Arctic Fox dye got specifically like 4.2 out of 5 stars. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, that looks like it is. Once again, like a very inky midnight blue. Look at that. It's just blue mess everywhere. So hopefully this shade, ooh, okay, it does definitely look like a denim, like a very dark wash denim blue once you start pulling it through. The deepest shades like end up really getting like a muted look once you start pulling it through the hair, but we'll see. Hopefully it will still be strong enough to overpower this mess I've made. Okay, up next is this one called Crazy Color, and it sounds like a vacation of some sort. Capri Blue. This one was $11.90. It only gets a 3.9 out of 5 star rating. Isn't Capri an island? I think it is. I think that this is gonna be another like super bright sapphire blue. Kind of looks almost just like a primary blue, but sometimes it looks different once I start actually applying it. Yeah, it does look a little bit maybe lighter. See, once again, it's so weird. Can you guys see that? It's like some of it looks like really royal blue and some of it just looks a little lighter, like even once I work it through. So weird. There's always like a little bit of a patchiness to it. Up next is a brand I have never heard of before. So the brand is Cream of Nature, and this is a pure honey hydrating color boost in the shade Indigo. So this I think is one of the lowest rated dyes today, only getting 2.8 out of 5 stars. And also this is the least expensive dye. I think that this one was like right at $6 and it looks really pretty. So I'm excited. It's gonna be really interesting at the end of this process to see, does it look like the more expensive dyes are somehow higher quality? This one is pulling through the hair really easily, so it doesn't feel that drying, but maybe that's because it doesn't have any metallic. It looks like it's more evenly coating than some of the more expensive ones. So that's pretty interesting. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just try this one, which is from another brand I've never heard. It's vegan and it's called Color Exchange. This shade of blue is specifically called Mood of Blue. This was also one of the least expensive dyes that we're using today. It is $7. Ooh, so this looks like it's gonna be like pretty thin. And I'm also thinking it's gonna be very helpful to have the precision tip when we get up to the roots there. When I squirted it out of the bottle, the consistency seemed so thin. I thought it was gonna be like really, really fast and easy to apply, but like, look at that. I think that's the least coverage I've seen. And I feel like I'm just squirting a comical amount of dye. A little bit of this does not go a long way. Or actually a lot of this does not go a long way. What am I trying to say? I don't know. All right, wish me luck with this one, you guys. Okay, I feel like I need a nice, easy jar after that last experience, you guys. That was the most difficult dye so far today. So up next, we have a brand that I've definitely heard of before, but I've never used it. And this was $8 and it gets a 4 out of 5 star rating. And I'm pretty sure out of all the dyes today, this one is the most permanent. Even though it's called a semi-permanent, they say it's supposed to last for over 35 washes. So this must be some serious commitment. Ooh. That's like really thick. I hope, like similar to the other jar dyes we've had today, these so far seem like they are the most like conditioning ones. Yeah, I feel like maybe I overdid it. Yeah, see, I feel like I'm overcompensating on this application. I feel like I got maybe way too much. Really looks like it is depositing the color like more evenly. Oh, that is really beautiful. All right, up next, I'm gonna be using another Arctic Fox color, and this one is called Poseidon. That looks really pretty. I almost regret putting it all the way here in the back, but everything is starting to look the same to me now. I wonder how many I've done already. I don't know. I lost count. So far, so good. I've definitely used a ton of Arctic Fox hair dye in the past, and it's always been really easy to work with. All right, up next, the Angriest brand, Angriest sounding brand, Enrage. This one was $11.95. It gets a 4.3 out of 5-star rating. This one looks like it might be metallic. Whoa! Okay, this one actually says that it's supposed to last for 45 washes. So never mind. They should just call it permanent at that point, I think. 45 washes? That's how many weeks is in a year? 52. That would be like a year worth of hair washes for me. So this is in the shade Cobalt Blue. Ooh. That looks almost like kind of foamy. Does that make sense? I don't know. It also looks like it's going to be kind of metallic. Also, I have some boo-boos down here, so hopefully it'll cover that. Oh my god. Okay, this smells just like a smell at Disney World, and I can't put my nose on what the smell is. Also, I feel like this is like an entirely different kind of blue. Maybe it's because it's got like a candy kind of smell. This one also seems to really give like good, fast, rich coverage. All right, I had to find the Ocean one. This is from another brand that I have never heard of. I'm not sure if the brand is Adore or Creative Image. It's either. Could be either. Another $7 dye today. It's semi-permanent and it's vegan. It does get a higher rating of 4.4 out of 5 stars. So it's actually just called Ocean Blue. I filled in the whole like heart of the myself in my own mental mind. So let's see if this is gonna be any different. Okay, that seems really thin, like a purple tint to it. It's kind of inky. Look at that. That looks purple. Doesn't that look? That looks so purple. Okay, I'm glad I put this on the back of the hair. Like, I feel like I have so much dye going on, and I have, like, it should be really just all over the hair, but I am really, like, struggling to rub it in there. All right, up next, 2002 Hot Topic is calling. We have Manic Panic. So this dye was, once again, one of the more expensive dyes I tested out today. It was $14, and I was shocked that these Manic Panic dyes only got a 3.7 out of 5 star rating. They had a ton of blue options. I feel like maybe more like blue shades in this brand than any other. Look at that. Okay. Ooh, this is like the thinnest feeling of the little pots. Definitely I scooped maybe more than I should. Ooh. But some of these dyes, like, I'm literally able to just take a bunch of the color, slap it on, and it looks like it's immediately like a uniform color. It's so weird. It's literally like color by color, brand by brand. I'm having a different experience every single time. All right, up next is the next variety we have of Kiss hair color. This is from the Tintation line in the shade Blue Moonlight. This gets 4.1 out of 5 stars. It's $8 on Amazon. This says that it's made with aloe vera water, so I'm not exactly sure how that would be like beneficial. Maybe more moisturizing or something. I really honestly don't know the benefits of aloe vera except for like if you have a sunburn or something. Really careful with the application of this. It is maybe the thinnest dye that I have applied so far today. Ooh, this one might be like one of the most pleasant smelling. Kind of a perfume scent, but like very faint. All right, we have the last pre-mixed dye before we get into the 2 box dyes that I will have to mix together. So this one is called Chroma Silk Blue Topaz. That sounded like such a beautiful shade to me. So the actual brand is Pravana. It's $12 and it got 4.6 out of 5 stars. I don't know if they're just like giving it an interesting name or if it's really gonna have like some kind of sparkly nature to it. Probably when I ordered it, I thought that that was like a unique feature, but now we've seen like, honestly, what, 3 or 4 of them that have all had like metallic elements? It doesn't look metallic. I don't know. I feel like I definitely can no longer distinguish one shade of blue from another one anymore. This one kind of smells like men, like a manly like cologne scent. And it seems to be spreading kind of evenly. Ooh, that feels like it's gonna be quite dangerous. This is the L'Oreal Fiera Smoky Blue dye, and this was $8.97, so you might as well just say round it up, $9. This got a 4.2 out of 5 star rating. Wow, that looks like literally nothing, because I think it goes on like a clear glaze, and then once it kind of like sits in the hair, a color starts to form. Oh God, yeah, the smell is horrible. These are just like terrible. I'm so glad I've got a fan down here because I am about to put it on. Oh, because this is like, oh. This one's a comedic mess, you guys. The blue is starting to come out a little bit more. I'm honestly mostly scared about root coverage with this one. We are at dye number 20, the very last one. Also, excuse the fan. Trying to save my last 2 brain cells. I selected the Got To Be shade in Blue Mercury, and this dye was right around like $10. It was $9.97, and it did get a 4 out of 5 star rating. And it's supposed to have head-turning radiance and a color that lasts. They actually show being used on darker shades of hair. So the lightest they show is dark blonde, and they still show that that's supposed to be like super blue like that. And then this one, once again, you just add the contents of tube 1 into bottle 2. So now I just mix for 1 minute. It kind of looks the same as the smoky blue, honestly. Yeah, I really feel like, unfortunately, these like mixing box dyes have been my least favorite experience. They do just really go on clear, so it is really hard to see if you are evenly coating the hair, and they seem to mix like kind of the least well with the other dyes. Like for instance, like when I put all these, they don't kind of like make the other dyes like change color. I don't know how to describe it. Ugh, they are so smelly. So the washout process was something else entirely. It was quite difficult. I actually did not film any clips of myself this time. I think normally when I'm doing wig dyeing, I'll take you guys in the shower with me and show you guys like the washing and shampooing process. But I just knew that this was gonna be crazy, and it was. Just how there's like a really light shade and a very vibrant blue shade. I wanted it to look like there was 20 different shades. Really trying to not have any bleeding, taking 20 pieces of foil out individually and washing 20 different pieces of hair. That is a long, long process. So the other thing that I wanted to do was add in a product that I actually think I got forever ago to do a Does This Thing Really Work? Because I think that these were like an as seen on TV product. They're called Hair Flare, and they're kind of like the feather extensions. You install them like extensions, but I don't know what the technical name is for them, but they're like these little pieces of sparkly plastic that you clamp down on your hair, and they have them in a bunch of different colors. And I think that this shade was actually called like violet something, but it's like a blue purple. I thought it would be perfect for this project. And honestly, I don't know. You guys are gonna have to let me know if you can even see them in the hair. Like, can you tell that there's anything going on? I don't know. I think you just need more of them. Like, I don't know why they only give you like 5 to a package. I feel like you would need like 25. I tried to do a little like straightening. I don't know how I want to style it yet. I feel like I do this every time, but I did momentarily like start using the Dyson Airwrap, like the brush straightener. I did that a little bit, and I started to do the Airwrap curls. So I might just do that. I don't know. I might do like some low heat, loose ringlets. All right, I'm gonna do just a very quick try on haul. No, I am not. I'm just gonna try on the wig. I of course have to trim the mesh and everything. Wow, I really like this length of hair, you guys. I feel like I'm gonna definitely like get my hair cut this length. Okay, don't we feel like this is kind of, I need to maybe just like shove this back or something? What do we think about this? Okay, here are the extensions that I put the little, what were they called? Hair flare. So let's see if you guys can see the sparkles any better once I try it on. Can you even see the hair flare? I'm not seeing the flare. Maybe if I like did like a half up, half down do. I swear my flare is there. All right, and then here is my little bang piece. It is kind of harshly stabbing me in the eye. Yeah, like I feel like I need to cut this. But yeah, ooh, all together, it's a look. I wish that I could like commit to gluing a wig down, because I feel like that's the only reason that like I don't wear wigs more confidently, is because I feel like at any minute they could just fly off of my head. And it's just because I don't glue them down. I just like pin them down, or honestly, if I'm just like filming a quick video or taking pictures or something, I will literally just like put it on like a baseball cap and stop there. It honestly looks like really good. I thought it would come out messier than it did, but overall, I think it looks pretty good. All right, headband. I think I got this on Amazon forever ago. It looks like maybe it's just like painted crystals or something, right? Isn't that weird? They're like almost clear on one side and then like bright blue on the other side. But I'm like, what crystal is like this like bright metallic blue? There probably is a crystal, and now I just sound dumb. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that. Oh, I feel like you can't see that with the backdrop that well. But overall, like, what do you guys think? Do I look good with blue hair? I wish that they would do something with like this thing here. This is like where all the hair is sewn together. It's like they have this hair back here, right? Which I think if this was like somehow stitched or something down so that it would cover that, which maybe you're just supposed to pin it or something, and I just haven't like quite figured out how to style it yet. And maybe it's because I'm just like really short, so I just feel like everyone on earth can like look down and see the top of my head, because like you would just have these like stitches on your head, and then obviously like, you know, it would like just take away from the realism. So that's the only downside. I guess that's my final takeaway, is like, if you're actually dyeing your hair sprouting out of your head, don't do 20 different dyes. I mean, unless you don't care, you know, because I think that like obviously every dye would not perform the greatest on your hair. You might not like every single color. Like, I feel like I was kind of surprised a couple of times by the colors. Like, I thought, ooh, this is gonna, it sounds like it's gonna be like bright blue or pastel blue, and then I like pulled it through and it was like denim blue, and I was shocked. But you know, it's on a wig, so I don't care that much, and it was just like one section out of 20, so I didn't care that much. If you're doing like a wig or extensions or like a clip-in bang piece and you want to test out a bunch of different dyes, I would say go for it. I love how it turned out. I love doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it. I feel like I'm gonna be dyeing more wigs than ever this year because it is just so fun. It's like a fun activity, but obviously like I'm not not really gonna be washing this wig regularly, so kind of like all of the stuff, once again, like pretty pastel please. Like she actually made 2 videos where she showed like the dyeing process, and then she actually went like 20 weeks or something and then made a follow-up video where she actually showed some of the dyes did damage her hair, some of them lasted longer than they were supposed to, some of them lasted shorter. So that's also the difference of like just doing everything on a wig where it's kind of like inconsequential how many washes it lasts. So I don't know, that's my takeaway. Anyway, you guys, thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today and for watching. And I think that the next dye I'm gonna be testing is something called pudding hair dye. It's like a K-beauty hair dye, and I am very excited. So stay tuned if you like more wig stuff. If you're not already and you'd like to be, hit the button down below, subscribe, become a member of the Swamp family, and give an alligator its wings. I love you guys so much, and I will see y'all again very, very soon. Bye!